Last week marked 10 months since I had smoked marijuana. So probably about nine or 10 months. Or 8 or 9 months it's been out of my system. Who knows how long it took to exit my system after 7 straight years of consuming it. I guess the only thing in this moment that comes to mind when I think about that, or when I've thought about it over these last several months, is that means for the first time in my conscious life, I'm clear. I'm clear-minded. My body feels clear. And when I say for the first time in my conscious life, I mean I'm referring to, I don't think I was really conscious at all before the age of 22, 21, 20. I understand that my personal growth and change and evolution has been an evolution, has been a circle that just goes round and round, or a hill that I'm climbing up. And it's not just a straight hill. It still goes up and it goes down a little bit, then way up, then maybe way down, then up, 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 down a little bit, up, 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 down. I understand it. I understand I was conscious on some levels for my entire life, but we're into a subject that on the surface feels unexplainable when I bring up something like smoking pot. When I think about my personal experience under the influence of a psychoactive drug such as marijuana, THC, something that's in the realm of a psychedelic. It's in the same ballpark. They really are vastly different, but I wish I could explain it all. Wish I could explain it to all the people closest to me and to anyone that will ever be close to me. The process that I went through for mainly a year, but 3 years. And me personally, anytime I even point out how old I am by a number or referring to something like a year, that is only referring to the Gregorian calendar, which is based off of when Jesus was born. So, who knows what time actually means, but yeah, I wish I could explain it all. Wish I could explain how I felt on the day-to-day, or the things that I saw. As in, when you're on a drug for so long, like such as that one, and you go through the things that I did, when you go through the when you go through the soulful evolution that I did, what were those versions of me seeing when I would be under the influence, or anytime throughout the whole day? The way I was viewing the world and how rapidly it was changing. Some parts of me wish I could speak from again, quote unquote, 40-year-old's perspective who is just now going through all that change. And I have so many years being older than 20 years old. They have 20 more years than I do of at least adult life. And I say that sometimes I wish that, because it's hard to expect a 17-year-old like when I was 17. It's hard to look back and expect or think, even come across that thought of, I wish I would have known sooner. But where I grew up and all that was going on, and the internet slapping me and all of us in the face, and at the age of 16, at the prime age of 15, 16, and life being so cliquey and so basic by society's terms when it came to going to high school, grades, sports, events, friends, holidays, basic holidays, basic traditions of a Western culture. And then but I know there was no way I could expect, like, looking back on it, I don't look upon the past as if I wish I could redo it. It's not about that. It's just crazy to know that I am so young, and not by a number, not because an adult or a grandparent might say, oh, 25, you're really young still. I know I am. It feels like yesterday I was in high school. It feels like yesterday I was going from buddy's college to other buddy's college to other buddy's college, to drink, to go out to the bars, to watch or play Fortnite, or smoke pot, go for a cruise, smoke pot, go to this concert, 4th of July party, basic birthday, basic Thanksgiving and Christmas, and it feels like just yesterday. But within those couple of years, I keep thinking that, and it's true by the numeric year, it's about 3 years worth. That about from anytime during 2021, about summer of 2021 until now, has just been so much. And the immature part of me wants to tell you that, and feels bad about, and feels insecure about that when I say it was so much, it wasn't so much life is the word I'll use at the end of that sentence, but it's not like it was so much as in so much traveling or so many radical things that someone could see from the outside, that anyone could see from the outside. When I say it's been so much for the last 3 years, 3.5 years, that I mean, it's been so much for my soul, for my heart, and not for the physical one that's just a blood valve in my chest. I mean the thing that we refer to when we use the word heart in a philosophical sense. This weight or feelings or emotions, energy and motion, all these things coming through me, passing through me. So many things sticking around for a while. They're meant to pass through or to be taken in, digested, and then reflected back out to the world. But so many things, so much that no one has seen for me, in me, that have happened for me, to me, however you want to put it. Things that I've felt, things that I've gone through. I do have my tiny little group of people that have seen a little bit, or have seen a decent amount in certain ways. And I know that. Feels like the main chunk, though, is what no one gets to see. That sounds about right when it comes to life, though. You can't. I don't even know what it means to fully understand someone. I have no idea. And more important than that, I don't know if it's possible. I've always wondered or questioned or wanted it to be understandable. I wish, yeah. I know we all want that, but I want it on this level that has made it hard to function, hard to communicate with people, with myself, and be able to act on things. So I asked myself, how do I communicate it? How can I just do my part by natural, organic ways, such as this, or by talking with my mom or friends, or with anyone, talking with myself? How can I let this energy move through me? Expression is a good word to describe that. Expression is a good word to describe the release of it. I don't know. I think I'm sitting on a cusp, and maybe life itself is more of a circle than anything, so a cusp wouldn't be a good specific term to describe the point that I'm at right now. A cusp is more of a sharper edge, or a tighter curve in something. But at the same time, it's felt like I've been on the cusp of something for the past 3 years. Maybe I have been. Maybe it has just been cliff after cliff after cliff. And that's not using the word cliff to say one side is the flat good stuff and the other side is free fall. Means to point out the edge in the land, that the slopes just radically change. I haven't been able to articulate any of this very well by my standards for the last 3 years. I've had a couple friends, and if you're listening, you know exactly who you are, that I have felt that openness around to be able to articulate it pretty damn well for where I come from in a communication standpoint when it comes to the words that I use, how my emotions, how emotional I get on any level while talking, and how that intersects or interferes with what I'm trying to communicate. They've allowed me to express it on a pretty good level. Yeah, I just haven't been able to express it for myself. Because then I know it just feels like all that has happened within me that there's this moment. And a moment doesn't mean a half of a second. A moment doesn't mean a single day or a single event. I just feel like there's this moment. Maybe it's this elongated moment where I'm able to put the stress of what has happened behind me. Because when I say it's been a lot, it's not just a lot happening or a lot of feeling. It feels like it has taken a toll on me. And I could never know just how much of a toll. My best evidence for how much or at what levels has it taken a toll on me has been external evidence. How it's affected my relationships with other people is the number one. Number two, actually. I'd say that number one has been how I've treated myself. How I've witnessed I've treated myself my whole life. Or a lot of my life. It's a potent combo for anyone that might understand what I'm referring to when I say it's been a lot. How much feeling, how much change and knowledge and learning and unlearning that comes with it, but also the stress and self-turmoil and that weight that feels like is on your chest. That it's on my chest right now as I speak. I'm so much better with my breath, or just being able to, with this feeling, with that weight, I'm so much better at handling it now than I was a year ago this time, or 2 years ago when I started this podcast, and I would talk in front of a mic knowing anyone might listen, and it was the same 2 years ago, a year ago, while talking to family or talking to friends and being this honest. I felt my heart start beating faster. I felt my breath getting thinner. I could feel the pressure on my chest. And surely not near as much in the way of pressure on my physical body as much as I can feel it pressing on basically the energetic version of my chest. So when I say that pressure on my chest, I'm referring to, it's almost like my energy field that's surrounding my body, my aura. I can feel the pressure on that. And there's a major difference in how I feel when I feel like that versus when I feel like my aura can extend itself and can stretch and can open itself up as far as it wants to. I think maybe when we in those, some people feel that way for years or for decades, or they figure it out and they feel it the rest of their life. For me, up until now, it's a select few moments, select few things that I'm participating in or releasing where I feel like my aura extends into the universe. If you think about it like a force field, when you're walking down a city street, and this isn't how auras work, I have no idea, so I'm not saying this just isn't how it works, I'm just saying this isn't how it works, I don't know. But I picture it like this, that walking down a city street, and we all have the mental image of an aura being about maybe a foot away from us and encapsulating us in a little egg of energy. I like to think that's actually the version where you only have that much space of love for yourself, and that still anyone on the outside is on the outside of that barrier of where your aura extends to. Anyone that's on the outside of it can still mess with it. Not anyone, anything, any energies can still clash up against it. But if you can imagine, then this force field is around the entire earth, then everybody, everything, and all the energy is on the inside of your force field. Therefore, you are open to all the energies. You are free from having to deflect or defend. You don't feel a weight of someone as an energy pressing its knee down on your chest, because that's how it feels. That's how it's felt for these last few years. That someone's just got me on my back on the ground with their knee on my chest, with their full body weight, but not in the physical way. As far as I know, I have a very healthy body and healthy heart. And yes, my heart rate increases during these moments, but that's just where it's been enough time. And I knew it right away. even though I was scared, and mixing that with pot and panic attack type symptoms of smoking it, I was scared that it was my body, having a heart attack. I've definitely realized by now that it's so much more magical and energetic than that. But yeah, I felt those moments where it feels like my force field is going even maybe farther than just the earth. It's going up into I feel like just verbally right now, and as I'm speaking it, maybe it extends past the universe itself. Maybe it extends past anything physical. In my aura, my energy, my channel has, in moments, reached a place that no one here really knows about. And even right there, know is such a loose term, because anyone who knows, they do know. They know what I'm referring to. That is God. That is everything. That is us. At our core, that is what's wrapped inside of this body in this physical form. That my aura, my energy, my channel has reached a place before, in moments and at times. Sometimes long periods of time, sometimes ultra short, sometimes very spread apart, sometimes very consistent on very tight or very close windows, has reached a place of pure existence. Or see, I don't even know, maybe outside of existence, because maybe this is existence, and what we return to when we die is something else, not existence. We just are. We return back to source, whatever it might be. We return back to our original form. And anyone can say whatever they want about evolution or that we're animals or... No. Intersection of all that. My brain is doing its job. My body right now is doing its job for me to breathe, for me to be sitting here speaking, and for me to be able to enunciate these words with my tongue, with the roof of my mouth, my teeth, my lips, with my lungs, to be able to project sound. I get it, my body does that. But the aspect that is unexplainable, I can't believe I'm alive right now. I can't believe I get to experience this feeling, that wonder of what am I going through? What is this? I think marijuana forced me into that corner. A corner that I had never been in before. Not even close, I'm not even in the same building. I got introduced to the building and I got a tour around the place. And then I end up, it's like my higher self. It's like that God version of me appears behind me while I'm in a hallway and just lightly shoves me into a room and lightly closes the door. And it's not like he locks it I'm trying my best to describe how there's no evil behind it, because I didn't know. Maybe he just closed the door and I'm in this dark room and it's pitch black, and the moment I'm in there and he closes the door, I don't know which way is up or down. I don't know which way is right or left. And I've never experienced what it's like to be in all blackness, lost. And then being in that room for days, for weeks, for months. It's so scary. Put that shit in a book. Oh wait, it's probably been written a million times throughout millennia. It's scary at first. The scariest thing I've ever experienced. Nothing even comes close. No friend, no school assignment, no mom yelling at me, no nothing. Just never even. I mean, that stuff is primitive compared to that level of fear and confusion, which is fear. Confusion is, in that setting, is pure fear. You feel so helpless and therefore ashamed of yourself. And you're reaching, screaming, clawing to try to get someone to help. Because you feel like you have this feeling in your head that you know that you're all alone in this. You know that you're all alone in this. You know that even if someone came to help by now, that it wouldn't matter because enough happened. Enough happened that it changed you so radically. You still felt that fear. And then someone does come to help. And it helps for a little bit. And you're reintroduced to love and to care and attention and light. You get out of that dark room and you finally see what it's like in the light and outside for the first time, for real. You really see what it's like when all you knew was outside. All you knew was outside of you. And you realize that room you were pushed into is your bedroom. One that you've never really spent time in before. And then you're warmed up to the idea of maybe going in another one of those dark rooms. Maybe this time by your own will. You don't need to be pushed in. You go in by yourself. Maybe you keep the door barely cracked open. You keep a nightlight on in there. But you understand it has a purpose, just like anything. You understand the purpose of being outside. You understand the purpose of being inside. And I feel like when I got pushed into that dark room, I learned a truth. I learned the truth. Maybe I learned many little truths. All of them make me want all of those things I learned, truths, many little ones. The overarching big truth didn't matter. Once I felt that, once I saw it with my own eyes, even in the darkness, because that's what happens when you're in the dark. You still end up seeing things. You see a lot of things you've never seen before. And once you see that, once you hear those words, once you hear yourself, once you see yourself, there's no going back. And you don't want to go back. But I am a person on earth here today. That kind of stuff came up. I sure thought about, it's so much easier to not do this. For me personally, there honestly was never a single hesitation though, when it came to going back into those dark rooms. I knew. And out of all the things that I've been too scared to face, of all the rooms that I've been scared to go into, and for the sake of conversation, to bring it into real examples, whether it be how I take care of my body, that means eating right, really truly doing the nitty-gritty work to help build myself into a place where I can buy land and grow my own food and be self-sustaining on a level that sets future generations of my family up for a long time. Or even still being on my phone for more hours than I should be every single day. Out of all the rooms I wanted to keep going back into these past 3.5 years, it was the ones of just myself. To me, it feels like I started out with the darkest ones first, with the most lonely or quiet or scary. Because getting myself to work out every day or eating right, to me now, even just the idea of it seems like child's play. If we were to have a conversation about it, without having done it to the full extent, I'm not scared by it. I wasn't scared by it all these years. But if I didn't know what it was like to walk the path of really looking at yourself in the deepest, darkest corners of whatever you want to call it, trauma, history, what you went through in your life, from a unbiased, pure standpoint, to me that sounds difficult. To me that sounds like 19-year-old version of me would have said that sounds like hell. Hell. That's the word I would have used. That's the way I would have said it. That sounds like hell. That I'm not a yogi. You know, I'm not a Buddhist, or I'm not a hippie. I need to work out, eat right. That's not that. I can do that. That's what I mean, though, when I say you get pushed in at first. That first one of those first 10 or 5, those first million rooms you didn't choose to go into. Everyone has a plan, everyone came here with their own set. All of us as souls, we all came here into this life with our own plan. Is not a good word. Everyone came here as their own. And for me personally, I didn't choose. And because of that, now I have the power to choose. Because I felt what it feels like to feel so different, so radically alone, so radically hurt and scared. And I've gone through that time of accepting those things and knowing that it's okay. That here I am in a better standpoint with my mother, with my 2 sisters, with myself. Here I am sober. Now I choose to go into the dark. Now I have the confidence. I have the unwavering step to just go. Let's do this. There's no can of worms that is too tough to crack open, or that I'm too unwilling to crack open. Let's talk about it. Let's do it. And I still get stuck. I still hesitate. I still put off, procrastinate. I'm still shitty. By my own shitty word. Shitty, I'm using in a shitty way. I'm not shitty. I'm not a bad person. We still got a long ways to go. So even right now, I still get down on myself. It scares me, the thought that I've wasted any time since being shoved in that first room. Because for me, in the way that time has moved for me, that construct of time, the way it's moved for me, these 3.5 years are plenty. Like, pull your head out of your ass, dude. Let's go. But I can't. And when I say I can't, I mean it doesn't move at the pace that I want it to. I'd like to think it's this. The choices and the control that I have intertwining with what I'm capable of at this time. And in general, I'm capable of anything. So I just must give myself grace. But I'm far from where I see my higher self, where I see full love and openness. That's all that matters. Those 2 things encapsulate everything that I want. All my egotistical desires. That's it. Love and openness. somewhere within me, some version of me, I can feel it, not all of me, because part of me knows that I don't have to get down on myself like this, but I'm going to speak for this part, this other part, the first one that I brought up. I'm just sorry. I don't even know if I can. Is it possible? Yeah. I don't have regrets on anything that I've done or said or felt. I don't regret it. I don't wish I would have done it a different way. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry for how I've treated you or how much it's been for you. Even just witnessing me. I'm a born and raised little shit. So a lot of things have gotten under my skin these past 3.5 years. A lot of things have put me on edge. Have made me just clench my jaw. And I've hurt people. Or I've not communicated well. I wish I could. I wish I could love you the way I wanted to, or the way I want to, the way I need to. I don't know. As usual, if you're listening to any of this, I appreciate you. I have so much. I do. I have so much to get out of my system. What I work on every single day is releasing that in the most loving way possible. I surely didn't used to release it that way. No. Man, I don't even know. Fuck. I was about to say I hope to do it in the most graceful way possible, but honestly, fuck that. I can't ask myself to do that. I must be me. And if love is the guiding principle, and I am being responsible and caring about the way that I'm speaking, that is all that I can do. I don't know how I come off. I'm not someone else. I'm not you. I am you in plenty of ways, but I don't get to look into my eyes from your perspective. I don't get to hear what I have to say from your perspective, so not everyone's gonna like it. Not everyone's gonna fuck with it. That's okay. I have so much, and it is growing. I can't. Yeah. Reflection for me nowadays really is the best thing for my soul, my body, my mind every single day. when I can reflect on. Because by now I know if I'm reflecting on things that I look upon negatively, I know that those things need to change, but they don't need to be sat in for too long and just feel shitty every day. See, I could do that all day, every day to the day I die. My reflection by now is realizing how far I've come and how much right now I am even releasing. So if I can say with full knowledge and openness at this moment, total honesty, everything that I know, everything that I feel every single day, all day, is I have so much on my heart. So much within this, whatever it is, whatever I am. I know that I am, and I have so much before I'm able to, quote unquote, chill out, before I'm able to fully accept not releasing so much. I don't even know. Because I definitely accept where I am right now, but I think that's just where I'm human and where we are human. I'm not a pure soul. I'm not the version of what's inside me that I turn to when I die. That doesn't have attachments. It doesn't have this thing it needs to get off its system. It just is. And before I just am, I need to get there. I need to get to me. I need to reach me. Which means I'm not there right now, which means there are things that I can use this version of control and choice and the showing of love and expression to be able to get there and release and get like I have my set of 25 years of color, of sound, of feeling, emotion, words, knowledge, wisdom to share. And every year, every day, that pile grows. It's not every day that I release it, I am chipping away at the pile and the pile gets smaller and smaller and smaller. No, every single day it'll only grow. And I'll only have more life experience that I want to share. But it's in that journey that I find me. That's all. That's what we're all here to do, I think. This version of me wouldn't be mad by any stretch of the word if I knew I was the one that helped nudge you into that first dark room. Because as scary and horrifying and just unnecessary it may seem, everything lies on the other side. Everything lies in that room. I wish for you to know yourself. I wish for you to be more you so that I can be around you. Not this. That acts like their surroundings. I want that thing wrapped up in a beautiful little bow inside your heart. I want you. Just like I would hope and pray that you want me. And we're made of love and light. The yin and yang. There's always going to be shitty parts of ourselves for things that we can't let go. Like we're so imperfect. I get that. It's just about tapping the love. Because Isn't that the most simple equation? We all know it's all about love. Always has been, always will be. And the love is in those things that we would use the word good. Those are the good parts of you. The ones that the people that love you want to see, want to be around. And if they're on that journey and they're in that place, they'll accept the bad stuff. I hope to accept all the bad stuff in you and see you for the light and love that you are at your core. I appreciate y'all. Please fucking breathe for me. Not for me. See that? Yeah. That's my shitty version of saying breathe. I'm not telling you to. Breathe. Breathe. Why haven't you breathed yet? Right? Okay, fine. Don't. Or do. And drink water. Enjoy what the earth has to offer. But let's breathe and drink water. And show love, be open, be vulnerable. It's the greatest fucking shit of all time is being vulnerable. Let it out. Let it out. Have the conversations. Your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your significant other, the person that you love, your best friend, your coworker that you admire or adore. Tell them. Not tell them that you tell them what you already know you want to tell them. Tell them everything. And then when you're in the middle of telling them everything and you realize you have more to tell them. And in my opinion, they will only tell you more. You'll only get more from them. And let's do this. Let's do life. Doing life is just do it. Say it. Do it. Save it. I said save it. I meant to say it. I feel dope. I feel dope right now because this is me saying it. And I'm not afraid to say it anymore. Hello, everybody. This is me. A piece of me. This is me, though. I'm not afraid to say it anymore. I am not afraid to say it anymore. It's okay if I am afraid ever again. Even with, I could go forever on you. I could go forever on myself. I use the word anymore right there, as in even just today or by the end of this conversation. I'm not afraid to say it anymore. I'm not really. The fear still comes up, but I know I'm not afraid enough to keep me from doing it. I always have the love and the power to be able to do what I know my heart is telling me to do. What my gut is telling me to do. I'm not afraid anymore. I love you. Please take care of yourself. Take care of yourself so that you can take care of other people. Or learn to take care of other people so that you can learn to take care of yourself. Those are the two most important things. Taking care of yourself and taking care of other people. Which really is the bullshit version of saying love Love yourself and love everybody. That is all. Okay, bye.